What's good, everyone? What's good? Yeah. I just want to speak up. I just want to talk about a few things on this channel right now. Yeah. It's probably gonna be my last live for a minute because one thing that I'm getting intuitively is I need to get the fuck off this internet shit. This internet shit. And I'm not saying you guys need to get off this internet shit. Like I said, I'm speaking for myself. But as far as me, I'm gonna be getting off this internet shit. I will be coming on and doing live streams every now and then. But as far as right now, I'm gonna just um, start doing everything in real life because one thing it is, one thing that I didn't do to the fullest was really listen to my intuition. Like I don't know if you guys ever experienced this, but there have been times in my life where like my intuition will be telling me something, and my intuition is telling me something. Like I always listen to my intuition, but there'll be those very very small percentage time where my intuition is telling me something, but then I don't listen to it because the illusion looks hella convincing. And I know it's bullshit, and it's not that the illusion's convincing, because it's not that it convinces me. It's just the illusion presents itself where I don't want to like full. I kind of push the intuition away because I'm like, it may be. I don't. I know it's wrong, but I just say maybe it's gonna work out because like I look at it like, and like that's the kind of situation like I'm realizing is I didn't listen to certain shit, and then I kept going. So like this is why I was gonna leave a post that when you talk about soul groups or any type of group or tribe or oh this is my spiritual. If it's not something you set up and created and people gravitate to you, that's not your fucking tribe. Anytime you're trying to get anything in life, it needs to come to you. Nothing. You're not supposed to seek anything or find anything. That's stupid ass nigga. And nothing's supposed to just come to you. Like everything's supposed to come to you. But I'm not saying you don't do nothing and you just be fucking lazy. What I'm saying is you actually do what you got to do, and then the results of what comes to you, that's for you. You don't sit here and just try to go and make something the way it is. This is why I tell you guys you don't want to be watching so much fucking social media because the programming is different nowadays. They have different types of programming. Nowadays, you have programming from other content creators, these big million subscriber content creators, the small people, everyone, and they will act a certain way, and then they'll try to make you feel like you have to act that way or make this like way. And then this is why I say you have to just be yourself and attract whatever comes to you. You attract and then let it come to you and do what you got to do. And anytime you try to, and anytime you deal with anybody, it should be on a business level. Like right now, I'm working on myself right now, and anybody I work, like the way I look at it, like if you're about business, if you're about business, like you shouldn't even be in certain people's reality like that. If you're not about business, then you're gonna be in certain people's reality. So this is how like I realize, like if I'm not right now, I'm about business and I'm about working on self. So there's certain energies that I'm not gonna be attracted to. So that's how you can tell if this is how you separate all this dead weight and all this bullshit. It's like, are you about business? And then who is around you? Not about oh I'm gonna go find this. Who's around you? And then that's a reflection of what's going on because you always gotta look at life as a reflection of what you're doing and never go out and seek anything really. You're supposed to do your own inner work and then things come to you. This is why I say any type of all this whole tribe shit that people talk about, that shit has nothing to do with what people think it is because you have to look at it like when you talk about tribe and soul group, it has everything to do with what's being produced, what's actively being done, oh shit, and what's actively being produced. You can't go based on soul tribe and all this tribe based on just anything that isn't action. Like the motherfucker been there because the way I'm looking at life right now, I'm looking at life a lot differently. Like I'm looking at it like because there's a lot of because when I look at the breatharian community, I'm not in it. I'm not part of any community, but I look at breatharian shit, and a lot of the people in the breatharian community, they're very when it comes to knowledge, they don't know shit, and they're very dumb. But when it comes to like everything else, making an impact, helping people, healing and shit, that's where they have it. So when I see those people and how they move, they just doing their thing, and then everything's attracting to them. This is why, like, I would not be building a business off the YouTube channel at all. If anything, when I build my shit, I'm gonna bring it on the internet, but I'm gonna build my shit the way I'm doing it right now, and then anybody who the little 2, 3, 4 people who want to join that, then that could be okay. But I'm not gonna come up on here and because right now I don't take this channel really serious like that. Because the way I look at it, like intuitively from like a year ago, the spirit told me, like, oh, that spirit didn't tell me, but I felt intuitive energies about certain shit, and I knew certain things wasn't right. But like the illusion, I like, you know how like you feel bad, or you not feel bad, but you kind of like want it to work, or like, because I'm not dumb and I not like I don't know. Like I knew certain energies, but then things just play out, and I just let it go. But like right now, like you have this is why I say you have to listen to your intuition. And the one thing about the intuition, there are going to be times where your intuition's telling you something's wrong, but then you're going to think it's right, and it's going to look right, but it's not right. And then you know it's not right, but you still go along with it because you want to just make it work or some shit, or that you can't do that shit no more. You can't do that shit. That's what I caught myself into, and I'm starting to realize, like, if I feel the slightest of something, then this is what I told you guys in my last video. Then don't rely on me. Don't be dependent on me. Don't be anything to me, because and I'm not saying this to not hurt you guys. I'm not saying this. What I'm saying this is so I don't cuss the motherfucker out, or if I don't do something, or I don't get upset and then get this channel banned, or you see what I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying that, because I don't want people to expect something from me, and then when that doesn't come, then it's like I'm a troll, or I'm this, or I'm that, which is like I never said I was anything. Nobody knows me. I'm a fucking stranger. So I just want to put that out there. Like, don't be dependent on me. Not for the sake of I'm for the sake of I don't want to have to cuss a motherfucker out because they thought, because you're not gonna go to a homeless person and think a homeless person is supposed to do A, B, and C. But why do you think I should be doing A, B, and C? And so this is why I gotta say, you have to always, like, I was gonna say, take the information, apply it. My information has helped a lot of people. It can help you. Don't worry about what the fuck anyone else is doing but yourself. You guys always need to keep that in mind. And when you're trying to build, you need to be about business right now. Everybody is lost in this fucking world right now. Like, information, knowledge, that don't mean shit. Action, that means half of shit. Like they say, believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Just because you know shit don't mean you know shit, and just because you do shit, that's half of the shit. So even if somebody's doing something, that's half the shit. I don't just because you fucking went and have a business and you got some type of fucking 6-figure business doesn't mean I'm gonna look at you like a certain way. Like, I'm not a fucking idiot. Like, you can still be a piece of shit. So you gotta look beyond the energy. We in a different time right now. Like, just because somebody has something doesn't mean shit. Just because somebody knows something doesn't really mean shit. You gotta look at the context of what the fuck is going on and the energy behind it. Because at the end of the day, if you want to get deep, bitch, Warren Buffett and fucking the CEO of Walmart, they have a business and they're successful. Is that your mentor? Do you want to be like them? So they have money, they're in the system, so you can't talk shit about, oh no, it's different. No, it's not different, bitch. Any money you make has to be paid to the IRS, bitch. So there's a system of how to make money. You ain't making money any other unless you're doing a crime. And even then, that's an extent. You're not making no money in the system unless it's designated way to make a money. AKA, you open a business, you work at a shitty ass job, you get donations, whatever. It's set up. So at the end of the day, like, we gotta look at the context of shit, because a lot at the end of the day is about, if you really want to look at what's shit about, it's really about nothing. But if you want to look at it, what impact are you bringing? And when I see like the Breatharian community, and when I see like esoteric community, spiritual community, and like, because Breatharian community, a lot of people are very retarded and stupid as fuck in that community, and they just talk about dumb shit. But then at the same time, they bring a lot of impact. There's people with cancer, diabetes, all these fucking issues that are like, I've been healed from this, and they're not smart and shit, but they're able to heal, and they're like happy and they're chill. But then when I see people like in the spiritual, esoteric, like, they're just all down. And I'm not speaking just, I'm not even like, I'll be like looking. This is why I kind of like shifted out of this whole clinging on to anything. I, I'm not clinging on to shit really. Like, I just take the information and I apply it to where I need to apply it, and then that's fine. So that's what I'm trying to teach you guys. And don't rely on anything. Don't have any faith in me. Not because um of anything you may think, but I don't want you to have an expectation, and then if I don't have the expectation, you get upset, angry, and then you cuss me out or something, and I end up having to cuss a motherfucker out, and I don't want to do that. That's why I say don't take it. Let's look at me as a messenger. Don't feel like, oh, what do you like? I don't, because at the end of the day, I really don't give a fuck about none of this shit, to be honest. Like, And because you see the shit out, you guys see my fucking channel. Like, you think my shit on my channel is just cap. Like, a lot of the shit I do and say, I actually feel that way, and I don't really give a fuck about this shit, nigga. I don't just do all this shit because, oh, I'm just doing this. Oh, I'm just, nah, nigga, I'm like that in a certain way. I'm kind of evil. I hate this fucking world. I'm a peaceful person, but at the same time, I'm not. I'm peaceful conditionally. You go and buy me something or you give me something, I'm gonna be nice. If you don't do shit for me and you just ain't shit for me, I'm gonna disrespect you if I feel like it and I'm having a bad day. I'm just being honest with you guys. So they take the information and just don't cling on the shit. I gotta keep this back because I don't give a fuck about this day. They're about to shut this whole shit down. And I don't mean shut it down like in you ain't gonna be able to use it. They're gonna shut it down as in like it's gonna be so saturated with celebrities and they're gonna hella censor this shit. It's good. This shit, that's what I'm saying. You guys gotta find other outlets, aka doing shit in real life. Because even if this shit does get big, and let's just say everybody just started waking up and we all connected on the internet and we never met up, if it was a threat to that extent and we were on the motherfucking internet connecting together and doing all this shit and just not meeting in real life, and it was a threat to them to that extent, they'll just shut the shit down and we won't be able to meet on the internet. AKA, if too many people learn how to trade cryptocurrency and day trade and make money from that, if too many people knew how to do that, they're going to end up making laws and shutting it down and making it where you can't make money from it. The only reason you're able to make money from a lot of things now is because a lot of people ain't making money. So even when the capitalistic system, when you think about it, the only reason a lot of people are able to become millionaires is because there's a lot of dumb, stupid people. Because not everyone really can be rich, successful in this system. When everybody's rich and successful, that's not this system. That's something else. But this system is based on, there has to be some dumbasses all the way down to if you fucking have a course. If I have a course of healing, somebody has to be sick for me to fucking make money. Somebody has to be a dumbass for me to buy my course to learn A, B, and C. So it's all fucking based on somebody has to be down for you to get money. If everyone was healthy and wasn't a fucking retard, you wouldn't be able to have a whole course of selling whatever the fuck you're selling. So you gotta look at it like that from that perspective, as in look at it like that. Just fuck. You don't gotta do shit. You don't even gotta do that. Just fucking do what you want to do. But at the same time, as just like we all do what we gotta do, that's the same reason why other people do what they want to do. Like the same reason you want to do what you want to do, and somebody doesn't want to do it, it's the same feeling. So just gotta keep that in mind. 2025 to last year, I give a fuck about 2025 or any of that shit. At the end of the day, 2025 is the same year as gonna be 2024. Get your shit together, or you're gonna sink. Plain and simple. Whatever is gonna happen in 2025 to somebody, it happened to somebody this year. A lot of you niggas are fucking far behind on your spiritual path. Talk about, oh, next year's gonna be this and that. Whatever happens to you next year, no matter what, you guys are so, some of you niggas are so far behind. Whatever happens to you next year isn't even the best thing that could happen to you because you fucked up last year, a year ago, and 3 years ago, and you're just looking at next year and what you're gonna do next year. Whereas, nigga, you fucked up last 3 years. So even if you're on your shit the whole of 2025 or 8 months out of 2025, you still are gonna be not even up because you fucked off 2021, 21 all the way to 23. So the fuck, like, fuck 2025. At the end of the day, what the fuck are we doing right now? Yeah, transits, that's important. We look at the transit. So we know not to have shit happen to us. That's mainly why I look at the fucking transit. So if any type of energies, they don't fuck with me and fuck me up. As far as that, that's it. Because when you're in alignment, you're more in a tune. You don't need so much of needing other, and then like I said, I'm speaking for me and a few other people because like I said, everybody's on a spiritual path. Like I said, like there's some people who made millions of dollars and hundreds of thousands of dollars off astrology. So them talking about astrology every fucking day or whatever, that's good for them because they made that money and they're able to do it. So everyone, just like somebody's playing video games on playing Xbox, them playing video games 20 hours a day, that's useful for them because they're getting paid from it. So I'm just speaking for myself when I say this, but you got to be in alignment and don't like all this next year was this and that. It's good to know. Like I know the astrology for next year. I started talking about Saturn, Uranus, all the North nodes, placements, all that shit. I know it, but like I said, why do you want to know all this shit? So you can better your life. Better right now. You can do anything right now. You don't have to wait till spring to initiate something. You don't have to wait till fall. Some of you niggas are so far behind. If you wait till spring to initiate something, you might fuck around and do something that you didn't want to do, like, because you waited too damn long. Sometimes you gotta initiate shit now, not wait till fucking spring. Sometimes you gotta kill shit in the spring, nigga. You see what I'm saying? You got a fucking habit or something you need to close up, a closure in some fucking shit or kill some shit, nigga, and it's fucking the beginning of fucking April, nigga. You gotta do that shit now. You can't, we're not waiting to the end of winter. Kiss my motherfucking ass. So, like I said, they said 2025 last year. As far as the year line, the year things is it's
like I said, it was a 9 year. And yeah, it is a 9 year. It's an ending. But also, nigga, an ending could be the ending of something peaceful and the beginning of something horrible, or the ending of just an ending. You watch a fucking bullshit ass 2 hour movie. The credits ended. That movie ended. Does that really make a difference? No. So yeah, it's an ending, but a lot of you niggas, what is the ending for? Like you're not even doing shit to end. A lot of endings for most people are gonna be ending of just you fucking around, so you won't even be able to fuck around no more. So that's gonna be your ending because it's a 9 year. So yeah, things are gonna end, but how is it gonna end? That's why it's always good to be on top of your shit. And once you know yourself and be yourself, then you automatically are in alignment with the thing with the astrology and shit. Because it's like you just gotta know yourself. That's all it really is, knowing yourself. Like for example, when Saturn squares Sun, because when Saturn squares Sun, something happened to me. I got sick. But like the lesson there that happened, I already knew that. You see what I'm saying? I knew that. It's not like something I didn't know. I know you when things happen to you, let's just say something you have an astrology that's gonna happen to you in a few weeks, and it's gonna be like a return on one of your alignments. When something happens to you, when that happens, you should already know why that happened. It shouldn't have to take you like, oh, it was because Jupiter was in this. You should have been like 3 weeks ago before that alignment. You should be thinking like something might happen to me because this in my life I'm not doing. I'm not doing this in my life, or I'm doing that. You see what I'm saying? Like that shit. And then when it plays out, when it's something unsuspecting, more so it should be something positive, something that you're working towards if it's unsuspecting. But if it's something negative all the time and you're always trying to look at so you can stop something negative, that's you just being fucking like just being lazy and hoping that the transits play out good for you, and you're using it more like a lazy lackadaisical way, and you're not really using it to fruition and manifest. So you guys gotta keep that in fucking mind as well. That all that shit is important to use, but like I said, like is Robert Ham said 2025 the last year, but I'm saying it ain't. At the end of the day, every year is the same fucking year. We still gotta handle people. Still gotta wake their ass up and go to work till next year. That's the same thing. Anything that does happen next year, for the most part, if you want to talk about anything, it's going to be some man-made government shit that maybe they may raise the prices more and bring in AI. It's going to be some man-made shit. That's all everyone's bases life. I hate people who base astrology on like the fucking like politics and shit. Like next year's gonna be the end of the year, and they're gonna bring in AI. They're gonna bring in this. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with 2025? That's just some man who created AI that they're choosing. Like they're doing the same shit that you should be doing. They're releasing and doing shit based on the astrology. You should be doing that if anything. So it's like, who really gives a shit? He said we made huge strides this year. Not everyone. I did. I made huge strides. Cause like that's like I don't know like because one thing about me is well fucking enough about well yeah I'm not even gonna go into that. Yeah, not everyone made huge strides this year. Like you see my post. You got AI and Chat GPT and all this shit, and people are more miserable. People are more dumber. People are more retarded. Nothing is getting better in life for most people. Not for me. It's different. Like I said, I'm talking from a general basis. I'm not talking on a collective basis. On a collective basis, not everything is not everyone. He's like almost everyone did. No, they didn't. Like people are fucking retarded. Like what are you basing that off of? Look at that. Have you seen the fucking world we're in? Like people are fucking retarded. Nobody's getting better. Like most people aren't. There's a few people are, but like the fact that we have people who think enlightenment is the end all be all, that shows you how fucking stupid you are. How people are. Like you have a bunch of people who say that they're enlightened, but then if you look at their life still ain't shit. And I'm not saying they're not enlightened because that doesn't mean that because you can still be enlightened and your life can still go to shit after that because it's an always ongoing journey. But like that's the thing I'm saying. Like people don't know what the fuck they're saying. Like when they're speaking. I'm gonna have to go on this other one. My phone battery might die out. The good is getting better, the worse is getting worse. Depends on what you observe. What exactly good is getting better? Tell me, and I'll like tell me something. Don't just say the good is getting good better. Like what the fuck is good? Like this good is subjective, really. Good can be somebody doing something they have no business doing. That's not good to another person. Like me not paying taxes is fucking good, but to the fucking pedophilic pope who relies on that money to live his fucking disgusting lifestyle, that's not good. So it's good is subjective. See, he's like, so system has to collapse. What system has to collapse? Who the fuck like? That's what I'm saying. People say the system has to collapse. If the system has to collapse, then nigga, this shit ain't. We're not even started yet, really. Because why are you waiting for the system to collapse? Why don't we just make a new system and let that be the collapse? When you talk about the system collapsing needs to collapse, it like it's just like me telling you like, first of all, like the whole food delivery system is based on the system. I don't know anybody who knows mass agriculture to feed hundreds of millions of people within America or billions of people around America. You niggas don't know how to do that fucking shit. So if the system were to collapse, a lot of you niggas would be probably crying, begging for that shit to come back because you'll be like not knowing what the fuck to do. So it's like, first of all, you need to make it. That's why I teach Qigong, breatharian, all this shit. A lot of other niggas, they just I'm trying to get this bag so I can do whatever. But it's like that's fucking like I don't know. Like it's when I see somebody who isn't who needs a lot of shit, that's disgusting to me. Like I seen this motherfucker. Like I was at the mall the other day. This nigga went. He had a whole bunch of like you could tell he had money and he was going to the store. That shit looks so disgusting to me. It's disgusting. Like you need all that shit. You're weak, nigga. Like you probably get hungry all the time. You probably if you didn't have that fucking designer clothes, you probably feel like you're cheap if you were at Walmart. Like you're a mess mentally. I would not want to be in your situation. Like you could still have that money and still not have to be in that fucking mindset, like needing all that shit. Like fuck that. And if you want to do that, then go ahead and you can do that. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying don't do it. But like when I look at somebody like that, I look at that like them as like disgusting, and I look down and like they're not like that's just fuck you. Like you look down upon you, a material person. Like I look at them as very weak. Even when I like I was waiting in line to go get something to eat the other day, I felt insecure as hell. Like I'm a fucking like I shouldn't even be waiting in line. Like the fuck, I felt hella insecure. I felt like a piece of shit waiting in line to go get something to eat. I did. I felt hella embarrassed. Like, good thing I don't give a fuck what anybody like. I literally did but I didn't eat that much. But even still, like, I was like, it's embarrassing. Like, because I'm weak, I need to eat this shit. And a lot of you guys probably look at me like I'm stupid because you haven't really fasted. If you haven't fasted over like 15 days, you can't talk shit about anything about fasting, really. If you really haven't, I'll say 10 days. If you haven't fasted over 10 days, you don't know shit about fasting because you just don't get me wrong, you've healed the body. Because if you fast for 3 days, you're gonna heal the body. That's good. You can heal the body, cleanse the body. 5 day fast, that's perfect. You're gonna heal the body. But as far as like spiritual and being able to be aware on a deep fuck the spiritual, because like I said, I don't want to put words in motherfuckers be like, oh, spiritual has nothing to do. Okay, we don't care how, yeah, we has nothing to do, but it's gonna get you to an awakened state as well. So like once you get over like 12 days, that's when your pores start opening and things start happening. Things start just happening. So if you haven't really fasted, you really don't really know anything about not needing food really on that deep level and actually being like a lot of you guys haven't experienced like ultimate like content bliss on a deep fucking level. And you guys say, oh man, I have. No, you haven't, because bitch, at the end of the fucking day, your digestive system, if it's working, then you're not able to fully get this full energy because your body has to use the energy to make your digestive system working. And if you eat, your digestive system is never stopped. Even you have to at least stop eating for at least a day and a half for this food for your digestive system for like to fully just stop. So if you haven't just, and even then after it stopped, the more longer it stopped, the more energy builds up. So just 2 days, 3 days of stopping, yeah, it's building energy and you're healing. Don't get me wrong, you're healing. But as far as energy production on on another level, that takes like after like 12 days that you start getting into that shit. He's like, this is a troll. I don't know if he's. I don't think he's a troll. I've seen him before. He could be, but I don't know. Let me see. I don't really care about trolls. Trolls could come on my page. That's one thing about me. I'm not no butthurt ass motherfucker who block everybody. I let the trolls come. That's fine. Let them come. When I see a CIA Fed agent and I get that vibe, then I'm gonna just block that shit. But if it's just regular people asking questions or something, I don't mind people coming on asking questions because at the end of the day, people they don't know shit. That's why they watch my channel. Anybody who's actually somebody can do something probably wouldn't even be watching my channel because they know what to do. If you come on my channel and you're asking a question, I'm not gonna look at you like you're dumb or you're this because you asking me a question. You actually want to get help. Like I'm not gonna like look down like that's why I let the people come. If you want to talk, that's fine. That's one thing about me though. Like that's one thing about me. Like when I was in school, everything people will sit there and be like, "Oh, like I'll get upset every time." Like because I don't. I think it's in my Mars and Aquarius. In school, things will piss me off, but then nobody would be like, "Why are you getting so mad over that?" And then things that don't piss me off, everybody's like, "Oh, you gonna let him do that to you?" It's always been backwards for me with shit. Maybe it's my mark because like the things that could I know them like people are like, oh, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? You don't let him do that to you, and it doesn't even piss me off. And before I used to take on the anger and be like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. But then I realized, no, if I don't feel angry, I'm not gonna let it do it. Like I generally don't give a fuck about the trolls. At least at this point, I don't really care. They can come and say whatever they want, even if he is trolling. That's fine. I just answer this question, so I'm not really tripping. It is what it is. But a lot of the shit that do piss me off, I get angry. People are like, oh, why you get that get you upset? I don't know. Maybe it's my Mars and Aquarius. Shit just my aggression just not the same as everyone. I don't know. That's probably what it is. Plus, I have an stellium in Aquarius, so. But I'm not gonna. I don't really give a fuck about the trolls anymore. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. Once you start spamming me, then that's when I'm gonna block the fuck out of you because that's just annoying as fuck. But go ahead, say your. I even let the link in there. You can say whatever the fuck you want. I actually want them to come here. I could cuss them the fuck out. But I'm not really in the cussing mood out right now, so I don't really. I'll drop the link though. There's a lot of confusion, jealousy, insecurity in the collective America. I don't know. I can give a shit. Probably is the collective of human beings, not just America, nigga. Human being is full of confusion, jealousy, and insecurity. I've never seen one human on this planet not like that. Like there's impossible. Everyone experienced that. That's everyone. That's part. It's just like you saying a human being doesn't have a fucking eyeball or some shit, or and even if they don't have eyes, they still have the fucking eye socket and the retina and all the shit is still there. But the eyeball is gone. Like just like saying a human being doesn't have something a human being's supposed to have. Like they're supposed to have confusion, jealousy, and insecurity. The human being's a flawed piece of shit. Your spirit was in a fucking retarded ass space. That's why it created this fucking body, and that's why you're trying to create a better one. All right, I'm back, guys. Somebody, Robert. Let's see. What's good with it? Yo. Yeah, you're muted. Your mic is muted. I didn't say. I'm not saying we lost. Yo, yo, yo. Yeah, I can't hear you. Yeah, your mic is just. Yeah, your mic. Just when your mic gets fixed, it said your mic was muted, but then I can hear you. I don't think we lost. There's nothing that. No, it's not even that we lost. Like shit's gotta get better. Like it's gotta get better. That's the thing. Like it's all this shit's all in cycles and shit. So like it's gotta get better. I'm just telling you, like, you can't tell me you can walk out the house and the average person you see is, and it's not even just bots. Even like when we go into the spiritual community, like with this Anunnaki, this black conscious shit, like it's lost on different levels. You got people out here who actually believe in aliens. Like that shit's not getting resolved. That's the people are never coming out of that lie. People gotta believe in aliens till they fucking die. Oh yeah, you joined but you left. I just seen you right when you said seen you left. That's what I'm saying. Like it's all bullshit. Don't even like. Okay, he joined again.
Hey, can you hear me, Chauncey?
Yep.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Was good with it. I seen you in my room for a minute. It's the first time you joined.
Oh, I know. I just been lurking, I guess. It's nothing personal. I just didn't want to put my input or anything.
Nah, that's good. Yeah. But I knew you weren't a troll because I see you've been on my page for like probably over a year. I see you I see your name plenty of time.
I probably just started commenting within like the last year and a half, but I was watching you in 2018, bro.
You said what?
I was watching you in 2018, bro.
Yeah, so you know me before a lot of before I was in the spiritual stuff. So I always have the same energy.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, I've always when I speak like this, like most people probably think I'm trying to copy somebody, trying to be like somebody, or it's like no, I always had the same energy since the beginning, and I even had a lot of enemies and trolls on my page. I had to cuss out, and I was in the groups, and they banned me from it, and it was like a lot of beef and shit I've had on this fucking platform, even with JD, and then before, and then I just got out. Once I started being spiritual, I got out of that shit. Stopped really beefing with people and shit. That's why I just stopped really connect. That's why I don't really connect with a lot of people and shit on this platform. Like I let people connect with me first for the most part. There'll be like one time, the only person I connected within the last like fucking 10 years of my life on YouTube, or since like back in like 2015 around that time, the only person I connected with was Mooney Mercury. That was the only person, and he was the only one, and that's it. I never connect with anyone because I let people come to me. I don't go and see people because I already know I can read energy and vibration, and I can see people I don't get along with. Even if somebody smiles and they say, "Oh, what's up?" to me, I can see, and even if I know their natal chart, because a lot of these people may be into astrology, so I can look at their natal, and some of their shit squares my shit, and then not only their sun or their moon may square my shit or something like that. I look at their energy and I just don't fucking like them. And they're not doing anything wrong or they're not disrespecting me. I just don't fucking like their energy because I know if I were to be myself in front of them, it will, because they may have a Saturn in my sun. Like somebody said, oh, I have a Saturn in my sun, but then my sun conjuncts their Saturn. And then when I see their energy, I automatically don't fuck with them. So I already know if I'm around them, I'm gonna end up fucking going upside their fucking head, cussing them out, and we're gonna have some problems with some beef. So when I look at people, I look at shit like that before I even delve into it. That's why Mooney Mercury was the only person I gave a shout out to, or I actually inquired upon, because I hit him up and to be like, oh, what's up? I see he made the same videos I was making, so I was like, that's the only person. But like besides that, I really never even hit. I let people just come to me and then I'll be cool with that. Like, but I don't just go and do any of that shit because that's just the person I am. I like, and it's like a lot of experiences I've been through in my life that led up to why I do shit like that. It's not like I'm just doing it just out of doing it.
Oh no, it's good. I'm with you. It's hard to connect with people right now. I mean, people are on like so many different wavelengths going on right now. And then if you're an octave above, then you can just activate people's subconscious and unconscious. And then they just start lashing out on you and projecting you.
It's not that it's hard to connect with people. That's not what it is. It's very easy to connect with people. People are damaged. Just like somebody said, it's hard to turn on this TV. I can't turn on the TV. It's hard, but the TV's broken. It's like people are just broken and fucking retarded and dumb as shit. So that's what it is. And it's because of social media, the chemicals in the food, and a lot of the programming, because there's a lot of, especially after 2020, a lot of intense programming. That 2020 programming traumatized a lot of American people. This is why a lot of people, like, still people believe in that shit. And you have programs like that, and they're gonna do more programs. All this combined is making human beings more dumb. And then so many people are watching social media and they're consuming a lot of bullshit, especially the food, because with the inflation and the food costs, they have to add more filler into the food and take out of the real ingredient. So that's more chemical that's fucking up the brain. That's why American people are more fucking retarded. And you see YouTubers and content creators talk about how you got to leave America to actually live a normal fucking life socially, because there's an attack on America because of the Native Americans on this land were very strong and shit, and they're trying to attack this land more than any. So they're gonna obviously do shit to people here more. So that's really what it is. It's just, people are just is a chemical spiritual warfare right now in most people, and most people don't know it. And it's crazy because a lot of people are like gonna end up dying from cancer. Like 99, like I'll say over 80 to 90% of people today, or like probably like 2 out of 3 people are gonna die from some type of cancer today because of what they're consuming. And like the elite, they set it up like that because anytime you're consuming anything within the matrix and you're not on your spiritual path, you're gonna I wouldn't say even not, because you could die from a disease, but if you complete your spiritual path, there's nothing wrong with that. But most people who aren't on their spiritual path, so it's gonna play out as something negative. So like, yeah, this world is pretty much fucked to the most part. That's why I'm glad I have my channel, and anybody who found my channel is lucky as hell.
No, for real. I really appreciate your channel, bro. It's been like I have a crystal shop that I go to and stuff, but even on YouTube, even just online, I mean, Love and Light definitely has a grasp on the spiritual community, and it's like Christianity 2.0. Like it's very, it's not raw, it's not real, it's not authentic.
Yeah, it's watered down.
Yeah.
That's what they do, and they're trying to do some other shit where they're trying to get other content creators who speak deep information, and they'll have other stupid people like Seven Bomar and all these people like Phil Valentine. They'll have them talk about that shit in a like a Masonic literature way to water it down, to make it not seem serious, so people could be like, so when you bring some deep information, they can be like, well, we already discussed this. It's only this. It's not that serious. And then it keeps the world stagnated, not knowing shit. And it keeps the people in power, because the people in power, they already know like there is more information. But the average dumbass sheep, they're not willing to, because this world, there's nothing innovative about humanity, but they have you thinking everything's innovative. So anytime somebody brings something innovative or something new, it's looked at as like it's not gonna work or it's bullshit. And that's what keeps the world like, that's why the world's so stagnated right now. And it's like not really evolving. And the Masons and shit, they know it, but the people, the average dumbass, stupid ass doctor and lawyer who like they pay, I pay taxes and I work here, like they're fucking retarded. Like you're an idiot, you don't know shit. You're just doing a created man-made job what they created, but they think that this world is being innovated. That dumbass doctor thinks those fucking pills is that he created in a lab is gonna help heal somebody. Like that, nigga, you can't fucking, you don't know how to create healing. You're not a sorcerer. You don't know how to create potions and healing herbs and shit, nigga. So like that's really what we got right now in the world. Like just a whole bunch of people lost.
Definitely, yeah. That's why I said something about that. You can feel it. A lot of people are very confused, like, because their world's done. They have nothing. The days are going so fast, and
yeah, I'm so happy you brought that up. Like you just said something that I was just thinking about the other day. I'm like, you said the days are done for most people, and because time is going by so fast. This time going by so fast is actually supposed to be good if you're on your path. But like you said, this is why most people are depressed, because I'm tired of seeing all these dumbasses. So you get it, because all these other dumbasses, they'll be all like, oh, people are waking up, we have the shift because people are getting smarter and people are waking up, which on a certain level, small level, yes. But when we talk about a shift and people waking up from a shift, it's not they're waking up because they're getting intelligent and they're aware. Some, but most of it is because people are getting their ass whooped and they can't enjoy being in their old self. So if you're eating, if you're smoking, like I make the example, if you're drinking lean, remember every rapper was drinking lean back in 2019, and then now nobody's doing it. Yeah. Not because people are smart. Because people know drugs are bad. No, bitch. People, probably like 5% of the rappers, they knew drugs were bad and they quit. But the 95, since we know we're in a stupid ass world with mostly stupid ass people, 95% of people, they kept doing the drug. So the shift was they had an OD, or they had a friend die, or maybe their liver was hurting and they had to go to the doctor and they were forced to stop. So this shift is making 95% of people forced misery. So people are forced to wake up. So people are still stupid. This is why people's lives suck, but yet they know so much shit. How do you know all this shit, but your life is because you're not aware, you're not awake. This is why I say people aren't awake. It's just they're forced. So the reason why nobody wants to go outside to the club and the bar and do all this shit, they say everything, is because time is speeding up and there's no point. You have to go to work tomorrow. But back in the day, even this is why even businesses are losing money. Back in the day when the time was speeding up, people had time to lollygag and walk around and go to the mall for like hours. You go to the mall for 3 hours, it felt like you're there all day. You have time to buy a lot of shit. Now you don't even have time to do that. So this is why a lot of the money is being like, is like their system is kind of crumbling because there's not enough productivity, not enough people buying shit because time is money, not enough people, not enough time to produce, and not enough time to actually go and spend the money. So money is just being going to bill. That's what people, a bill, I have to spend all my money on bills. They're like, no, you don't have to spend all your money on bills, you fucking idiot. All you have to do is just not pay the bill or make more money so you have money to spend after your bills, dumbass. That's how stupid people, I have too many bills, I have too many bills. Then stop paying the bill or make more money so you could have extra money that people don't think because they're so dumb. So they want to just stay and complaining and like, I swear I want to just slap people sometimes. And I'm not telling people to go out and fucking, that you have to pay your bill or you don't have to pay it. Just choose one. Don't pay it or make more money and get your guap up and have more money to pay it. Like this one bitch was all saying, oh, this is this. Oh, can't afford this. I can't afford this. And I left a comment. I was like, if you were a millionaire, you wouldn't be complaining about it. Just become a millionaire. And then she looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like, because people they don't believe in themselves. They're so fucking stupid. They look at you like you're crazy. So, and if you look at me like I'm crazy when I say that, then why the fuck are you complaining? Why not just accept the fact that you just could not be able to pay that bill and shut the fuck up? Like I just like to get to the point when it comes to these dumb, like I like to be real and get to the point. There's no bullshit. We can't bullshit in this day forward.
Oh no, there's no time, bro.
Yeah, and like me, I don't pay bill. Only bill I pay is for my insurance, and I have a family member that pays for my 5G network for my phone because they got money and they don't really care. Because my family, they got money and shit. So
that's good.
Yeah, but I don't ask for them for no money because I don't ask for them like for money like that. So
it's still nice to have the support though. If you still got people, still connections.
Yeah. But like what the fuck I look like? If I ask for support, I feel insecure. Like who the fuck am I asking? I'm more spiritually involved than them niggas. Like I'm already looking at me. I'm already like I can't ask for no damn support for them. Like without feeling some type of way. Like who the fuck I look like asking support for them and shit. Like I'm more involved than them. They should be asking me for support from me. I'm like that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at like they should be asking me for support. Like I done fucked up on some level and behind on some level if they're not asking me for support. Like I don't need to ask them for support because like you see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like they're dumb or nothing, just on a spiritual level, we know we're more spiritually inclined to most people on this planet, especially your parents.
Yeah, well, I also think it's not noted that how much the Matrix can that it's a way of the Matrix punishing you for awakening and for evolving and stuff like that, and then they reward people that stay asleep. I don't think that's ever really voiced in the.
Repeat that again.
Now, if you wake up and you do the work, the system is designed to punish you to do that. And if you stay asleep and you participate in the system, the Masonic system will reward you.
Exactly. That's really what it is. Like, and they even try to make it harder for people to be on their path. Like when you go to these jobs, they take up your whole life, like your whole time. And with time speeding up, you don't have time to do shit. So that's another reason why people are so dumb, because I said this, I'm sure you remember, but I said this like over a year ago. All people do all day is go to work and watch social media. And that's all they know. So even when you talk about YouTube content creation and we have all these information online, most people don't have the time, because I make a video with 3 hours and somebody goes to work at a 9 to 5 or even more hours. That shit will suck even more. Then how are they gonna watch a 3-hour video and then get all their other shit down? And then think if they have kids, that's gonna be crazy. And they got a nagging bitch at home, all these responsibilities, and they have a fucked up mentality where they feel like they need to buy the latest things and keep up with the Joneses. That person's living in their own fucking hell. So like this is why I say like the world, like you said earlier, the world is done. Most people, they already know this subconsciously because time is accelerating and speeding up, and which is actually a beautiful thing, because now like I said, fasting, Qigong, I've been doing Qigong for 6 months, come on January 3rd. So that 6 months, I was just living my life. I was doing Qigong every day, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening. And we're already 6 months. Shit went by quick. I'm like, and then I'm already have 6 months. I feel like a different person. Go look at I was watching a video I did on July 5th, 2 days after my first Qigong session. And I looked at the video like I did yesterday. I look like a different fucking person. I could tell the way I was talking, and my skin was a little bit different and shit. And I'm about to be going on my 5-day fast, 1 day off. I was doing little 1, 2, 3 day fast every like once every week or sometimes every other week. Starting tomorrow, I'm gonna be doing 5 day on, 1 day off, 5 day on, 1 day off. And usually when I get like that, my eyes, like the bags under my eyes, they disappear. So I'm gonna stay on that regimen. I was just going on 2 day here, 3 day here, 1 day doing it, and the spirit's telling me I need to take this shit up a notch and take it to the next level. And um, because for me, because like I said, anybody who resonates, because my information is meant for some of you guys. So this is why that's kind of the reason why I talk about a lot of the things I'm going through. Some of you, the spirit told me some of you think you guys are going through. So this is why I tell you guys, once you really get into this fastest state, especially you hit these high states and you stay on this path, you're gonna notice your life starts fucking changing. And when your life starts changing for the better, that's when you're not gonna really give a shit as much. Like right now, you probably care. I want my life to get better. That's why it's not better. But when you stop caring, but not caring like you don't care anymore, you're not gonna do shit, but you feel so happy of what you're doing with yourself as in the shadow work, then you're not gonna really give a fuck. And then that's when things start happening, and then you're able to even enjoy things even more because you're in a more peaceful state. You're not just getting the shit, like, because most people are very like, even when I see a lot of these financial gurus and shit, like a lot of these people, like they talk about like money is everything, and when you look at these people, they're always miserable. They don't look happy all the time. Like, and like anytime when I'm in a fastest state for over 10, 12 days, I'm always like blissed out 24/7 when I wake up, when I go to bed. Once I get over like 12 days, like when I wake up, when I go to bed, there's never no down moment. And I'm not saying down things don't happen to me, like bad things that happen to me, but like I don't give a shit because, like, you know, when you're drunk and something happens to you, you're high, you don't care. But then when you're sober, you care because you're drunk, so you don't give a fuck. Like that's how it kind of is. This is what they get to saying high off life, because when prana and all that shit, it's kind of it's that's where they get high off life from, is that because when you breathe, that's when you breathe in, you feel light because you're getting high, but it's more like a more not even high, but you're being in your natural state. And since we're so far from that, it's considered a high, or it's considered qigong or prana. But that just showed you how fucked up this world is, because in a real normal society, it would just be you being your normal state. But we're not in that type of society. So they have to say it's prana, it's qigong. They have to make a big deal out of it, like it's something more than what it is. Yeah. Yeah, this shit's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say like what we're talking about, like what you're saying about like people not waking up or people working 9 to 5 and then being tired. I really think everybody gets out of life whatever it is that they want, and I think a lot of people just, if we're going into 2025 and you haven't woken up or haven't any inclination that something's going on, bro, you're just a soul that bypasses, bro. You're just a soul that wants to be in the Matrix. I mean, I think we're roughly the same age, bro. Like, I'm 29 years old.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in high school, nobody was and you were in high school, there was like nobody was really awake. There were some crystals floating around, and there were some people that knew some stuff about astrology.
Yeah,
that was where we were as a planet.
yeah.
And it wasn't until
I was into astrology in high school, but I didn't think it was as deep as it is now. I just looked at it like, I remember I seen one astrology, like Thursday is my lucky day, and I remember for like 3 months when I was really focusing, every Thursday something good would happen, and I'll follow. It was like the little horoscope, and I would follow it, and I'll look at it. And I didn't think it was as deep, but this was like when I was in high school and stuff.
Yeah, I mean there was tidbits for us and stuff, but I mean now kids, I mean it would be too much for the consciousness. Like, I'm thinking of my niece, she's a sophomore in high school, but she's got like she's got a whole bunch of spiritual stuff, and like it's just beginner stuff, so I'm not gonna like roast her or anything, but that's where she's at, and that's
good.
Way more than where I was.
You're right, but like
15, 16.
The way I look at it though, like, is the kids now that because you say people weren't as spiritual back then, but then you say people, the information's out and people know, like the average kid probably knows about stuff the average kid didn't, and it sounds good and everything, but then, like I said, there's a good and bad of everything. Back in the why are people more dumb though? Why are people more depressed? The statistics don't lie. All these Gen Zs more depressed than people that were when we were in high school. The people that are in high school right now that were our age back in 2008 and we were younger, they're more depressed than we were, but yet they have all this information. So this is why I'm saying it's kind of like this, where you can't let this is where you were saying, oh, I think the world's getting better. Yes and no. On a certain level, yes, but at the same time, people are actually getting worse, because knowledge is not just because you know knowledge doesn't mean anything. You have to actually apply the knowledge. And since we're in the social media age, a lot of Gen Z, they don't think they have to apply knowledge. They just think, oh, I know this, I know that. But no, like, for example, somebody made a good point. I was watching a channel the other day, and somebody made a good point. He was like, back in the day, kids didn't even know how to kids didn't go through experiences like TPing houses or breaking a window with a baseball or going outside. Because time is speeding up and accelerating. All kids do is go on social media, go home, and they think they know some shit. They haven't experienced even like having to stay in detention for an hour, and then you're in detention having to pass notes, like little shit like that. It builds like character. They didn't go through that. So this is why like the Gen Z, they're fucking, even with all this information, they're still like just like a brick wall. They don't have no fucking, they're bland and dumb and just whatever. They're regular. They're nothing, because they don't have no experience. All they have
don't
is
need experience, but they're also cucked in the boom. This is the boomer world, bro, and we have yet to launch the millennial world. And so Gen Z's they have too much information, but they're cucked because that system's done. So
yeah,
we have to get into. I mean, the system that is in place is you're supposed to be dead by 60, bro. You're supposed to be retired by 55. These guys are living forever, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but the system's just not designed for it. So there's all sorts of stretching that's just not supposed to be going on. And
yeah, because you are right, because even when they say retirement, and you can live off of retirement, but people base their retirement income based upon when they think they're gonna die. Like, who the fuck lives like that? Oh, I'm gonna die at age 70, so I'm gonna get like, you want to live for as long as possible. At least, like, you would think, if you want to, at least if you're living a healthy life. If you're living a horrible, shitty life and you're depressed and miserable, then nigga, you might need to kill yourself and shit. Like, but like, if you're somebody who's like living a healthy, prosperous life, you feel good and you're healthy and you're accomplished, you gotta want to live a longer life. So at that point, and even then, at that point, you won't even need to think about retirement or any of that shit, because you either won't need as much because you're living a healthy, minimalist life. You won't be consuming as much, or you'll have the energy to make the money to live that lifestyle. But even if you living that lifestyle to get money, if you're gonna be using the money on food, all this garbage, you're just gonna end up killing yourself anyway. So even because most people, they spend their money on garbage that's gonna kill them, so it just makes you kind of think, like, But I don't know. I don't know. It's just, I think what I think is gonna happen though is, as time goes on and the millennials get into the boomer position, they're gonna probably start bringing in more bullshit programs, like,
well,
whatever.
That is a thing of, I don't know how old you are. And, hey, your information.
I'm about to be 33 in about a few months.
My brother's, you're almost as old as my brother. Or my brother's older. Yeah, he's 6 years older. But a lot of the older millennials, they do have that boomer in them. They do have that programming of like professionalism, of a lot of that bullshit. I don't know how to put it into words right now, but
yeah, they
really believe in the system.
Mind.
They really, I mean, the oldest millennials like 41, 42 years old or something. And I was dating or talking to this massage therapist, and she was like 38 years old and like fully believed in a lot of social programming and stuff. And I was like, whoa, like, you're not. I thought you were a little bit more spiritual than that, but
yeah, I hate that shit. Like, when you see somebody, they believe in these programs, it's like a curse.
Like, it is, because it's their own suffering, bro. I mean, those are traps, and like, it's just not even real, but it's so real in their minds.
Yeah, and then you can't tell people shit, because like the other, like, I remember like a couple months ago, my brothers all telling me about like Israel and this dumbass shit, and I was telling him, we got in an argument. I was like, just don't talk to me about religion no more. And I broke it down to him, like, how religion's fake and how it's all man-made. And he did not want to hear me. And then just like yesterday, I was talking to him on the phone, and then he's all telling me like, you were right, I'm not believing in religion. But what made him change his mind? It wasn't me. It was just his own conclusion he came to. So I'm like, why didn't you say, in my mind, I'm like, why didn't he see it before? But he's seen it now. It wasn't nothing I said. He just came to his own conclusion. So there's nothing you can say. What I'm trying to tell you guys is nothing you can say to wake somebody up. They're gonna, even if you tell them 100% of the truth, they're gonna perceive it how they want to perceive it. So don't even stress and waste your time that explaining yourself to people. And this goes beyond spirituality. This goes to like whatever. Like I was at the other store the other day, and the dude had a fucking attitude with me. I asked the dude like, "Oh, I don't know what it was. Oh yeah, like I was gonna buy something out of this fucking store. It was like a little it was a smoke shop, but I was getting some incense, and like the incense, the thing was open like already, and that was the last one he wanted, and I wanted that brand. And I was like, can you just sell it to me for like $3 instead of $5? He's like, no, I gotta sell it to me for $5. It's broke. He's like, for $5, but I really wanted some, so I just said, fuck it, I just bought it. I just took it, and then when I just bought it from him. I didn't steal it, but I bought it from him. And then when I was walking out, there were some Sour Patches. I just took the Sour Patches and I opened it and I threw it on the store. And he's like, hey, what are you doing? And then somebody was like, oh, why'd you do that for? I'm like, I don't gotta explain myself to you. Like, I'm not saying what I did was right or wrong. It's like, I'm not explaining myself to you. It's like, you could have gave me a fucking pack. But yet again, he didn't have to. But at the same time, like, I'm gonna just, I could, just like you didn't have to give me the pack. I didn't have to not fucking throw those Sour Patches on the ground. I did it because the same way you did that. So you can't, like I say, oh, nobody owes you anything. Yeah, you're right. Nobody owes me. And I don't owe that nigga respect. So you can't go one your way. That's how narcissistic this world is. It could go their way, but when it goes your way, it's wrong. Nobody owes you nothing, but you owe taxes. Nobody owes you nothing, but I owe you respect. Get the fuck out of here. Like, how about anything I can physically do within my will, then I can fucking do it. And if you want to have a consequence for that, then that's your will. I'm not saying people shouldn't get in trouble and whatever, but at the same time, nigga, if you can catch me for me to get in trouble, I didn't get in trouble for that, so fuck him. Yeah, and I'm done with that shit. Like, fuck him. Like, it's just ridiculous, and I'm just done dealing with people like that. Like, because he's a stupid bot, he's a stupid sheep. Like, I'm sure he voted. I see like a political thing. Like, he's just another dumbass person. I don't need to reason to be reasonable. Like, he's not like he's somebody I should respect. Somebody who's like a respectable person, then I'm gonna respect them. And I respect people. But like, you're just a fucking idiot. That person was just dumb.
Mm-hmm.
That is just, it is what it is.
Yep.
But yeah, man, but shit. That's all you gotta say. Do you got anything else to add?
Yeah, I probably do, but I gotta wrap it up. I referee and it fucking sucks, bro. These souls are like so close to the animal world. I think Mooney really talks about that, bro. Like, it's so crazy. But yeah, I gotta go referee a game, and so I gotta get ready and stuff.
So what are you refereeing? Soccer?
Basketball.
Okay. My brother referees soccer for years, so that's a lot of like running.
Yeah, I mean it's good exercise and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
All right then, man. Shit. Good luck in your refereeing.
I'll be back on again. You've been missing for a little bit, huh?
Say what?
I think you did. Think you did one recently, but other than that, you've been kind of quiet, huh?
Live stream?
Yeah, live stream going on YouTube and stuff.
No, I did I did one yesterday for 3 hours, and I did one like 4 days before that.
Oh, okay.
So I've been on at least a couple times a week.
All right. Yeah, I'll catch you again. I'm pretty like selective socially, so if I don't get on, it's just like
okay.
I just didn't feel like it. It's nothing personal.
Yeah, I feel you though.
So shit. We all have our wavelengths and times we want to be social and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, probably the transits and shit. The transits, because we going into another time, so like just gotta do whatever. Like, don't even worry about being shy, scared. Like, whatever you want to do, just do it. Because when you on your deathbed, or if you go through especially if you go through a health scare, you think you're about to die. Like, I thought I was gonna die for like 4 days straight, literally. And then back in 2019, once you in that state, you start thinking about all the things you wish you did, and all the times you were like embarrassed to do something, or you didn't want to do it because you're too lazy, or this person thought you looking at yourself like you're a fucking idiot. Like, not you, but like you're looking at yourself like you're dumb. Like, you should have just did that. Like, that's why I'm like, I do whatever. I don't give a fuck with anybody. I say whatever. I do whatever, and not out of disrespect, but out of like, I'm not trying to live my life with regrets. I already have certain things I wish I would have done earlier, but I'm not doing that shit no more. We got to do everything you got to do, even if you make a mistake. Like, even make a mistake, you got to be wishing you make mistakes. Like, because a lot of the reason we don't do shit It's because we scared we're gonna make a mistake.
Yeah.
But like those mistakes is beautiful. I'd rather make a mistake than make the mistake to not even make a mistake. So
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, bro.
All right then, man. Take it
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, you too, bro. See ya.
Yep. Yep. Shout out to Robert. That was a good conversation. Yeah. But anyways, I might even end this live stream. I probably gotta do a few things. See if there's anything else I want to really cover on this live stream. Uh-oh. Come on. Yeah. I think that's all I want to cover. Yeah, but yeah, I am gonna be doing my 5-day fast, 1 day off. I'm gonna have to get back on that. And usually when I get on back, I feel better. So yeah, bro, you had good energy at the end. Just tuned in. For sure. Shout out. What's good with it? Clouds. Yeah. But I'm gonna start my 5-day fast, 1 day off for tomorrow or tonight actually. I did like a 2-day fast like last week. Or not like probably like 6 days ago, and then that wasn't enough. Like I need to take it even more. Because once you start doing it more and more, your body's gonna want you to do more. You're still gonna heal, but like I said, it's gonna you take the process way more exponentially further when you go longer. And you feel better mentally. You're able to be more clear. And your life changes. That's another thing. Your life starts changing. When I talk about fasting and cleansing and removing blockages, this isn't just about health and you're removing your blockages in your life. So if there's blockages in your life, certain things, even the way you're not supposed to be somewhere, this energy is going to get you out of there. It's going to present opportunities and give you ideas so you can get the fuck up out of there if you don't need to be there. And other things in your life is going to get better. So this energy, it removes blockages beyond just the health and stuff. This goes into your physical health, your physical life, not just physical health. That's why at the end of the workout, I always program the chi energy, and you program it with your intentions because that's your energy. It's your energy. Just like you're wearing this shirt, it's your shirt. No one like, you see what I'm saying? Or this is your skin. That energy that you're playing with, that's your energy. Just like this is your skin. Like you put a tattoo on it, then it's gonna put an energy on your skin. You see what I'm saying? Like so that aura, that key energy, you're putting an energy within that aura, which is yours. Because all that, when you feel that gravitational pull on your hands when you're doing the Qigong, that's your aura, that's your energy you're feeling. That's your energy you're feeling. He says, shout out to Moody Mercury. He said, great live. Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Moody Mercury. Everybody go check him out. Yeah. And I think he got some data readings and shit. So, yeah, if you guys into data readings, yeah, go check him out. And I'm not like me. I do my thing. My thing is health and stuff. Like when it comes to natal reading, and even when it comes to deep spiritual stuff, I'll leave that probably. Even though I'm into natal and spirituality stuff, I'll leave that to people who do that. I feel like spiritually that's not my path to be doing it. But I respect that we need people to do that. But an electrician can't go and change your locks. An electrician does electrician, a lock does lock. A locksmith isn't going to go disrespect an electrician, and vice versa. They respect each other's path. And just because a locksmith is a man and that an electrician's a man doesn't mean he can't ask him for help without feeling some type of way. It's like, no, he knows how to do his thing. So we got to look at things like that. We all have our own thing we do. Yep. Yeah, I said, well, I don't even know what people hope to achieve when they try to build communities nowadays. I don't know either. I really don't. Like, it's nothing wrong with building a community, but like, you gotta understand what type of community. Like, there's this one fucking like YouTube channel I seen, just a dumbass channel. Like, it was on my feed, and I remember I seen one of the fucking like they had like a, you know how people can they had like a little, it was a comment section, and then they had like, you know, they had somebody who's like a moderator or somebody who's on the channel. They're like, oh, join our our fucking community, and we have a community, like it's a community. But I'm thinking, like, at the end of the day, everything's a community. You can say going to like a basketball team, that's a community, or you went to a neighborhood, that's a community. Like a community, we have communities right now. Isn't social media the YouTube community? Anybody who makes who's a content creator, that's a community. We're all part of a content creating community. That's why they send you emails exclusively to only content creators, because it's that community. Like we already have community. So like, what type of community? So when you just hear somebody say community, it sounds good, but then we already have communities, but they're stupid communities. They have the community, the Congress and Senate community. That's a fucking retarded community. A bunch of old ass pedophilic faggot men and dyke women who are in charge. Like, that's not a good community. So we got to look at what type of community we're in. We're trying to build. So the way I look at it, like, to build any type of community, I will at least first with the mind. Because the reason, what makes a man wake up out the morning to go to a shitty construction job and break his back for some few chump change? His mentality. If he had a mentality like, I don't know, fucking, let me keep it dumb and simple, like Grant Cardone, I don't think he'll be doing that. So it's the mentality. Once you change the mentality, then everything else falls. A person who has a certain mentality is not going to go up and want to build a fucking construction for another man. They're going to say, I want to go do something else. So we got to change the mentality, and then everything build. You can't just build something and just say, oh, I'm going to Home Depot and build this and that. Don't get me wrong, it's good. I actually, on a certain level, yes, we can. Like, if you want to just build something just to build it and get the thing, but at the end of the day, it's got to be some intention behind it as we build in something mental. So we're not building on a glass house, on a glass layer where everything just breaks. It has to be something that's sturdy. So instead of like something, we just built it just so it can look good and we can feel like we're building something, but we can't keep up with the payments, or something happens or it gets destroyed and the building starts rotting and the mold and all that. You see what I'm saying? It's always, you got to look at it from other perspectives. Like, so like we have something like, so it's deeper. That's how you really like build a community. You start from the mind, because it should be built naturally. It should be a natural occurrence. Like when I talk, let me give you an example, so it doesn't look like I'm just bullshitting. Qigong yoga, health fasting. Before 2018, I didn't know shit about health. I did not even, if anything, I hated people who talked about health like that. I used to make fun of people who were eating vegan and all that shit. The only reason that got me into it was because of something happened to my mind, what made me want to get into it. So the mind is what built me to be where I'm at today, speaking about breatharianism. Before, I didn't give a fuck, and I was just taking painkillers, drinking alcohol, and just whatever. I remember somebody left a thing saying, "Oh, if I was watching." It was back when I had my old YouTube channel. There was another content creator I used to watch, and he was like, if you want to, you don't want to spend all your money on fast food because it's not healthy for you. I remember he said that comment, and this is back in my low days, and it was like probably like 2015, 16, 17. And then I remember I looked at that nigga, I was like, you bitch ass nigga, who gives a shit? It's just fucking food. Like before 2018, I thought the body was just something you live in. I didn't think it was something you had to take care of. I didn't think that's why I didn't, like, you guys don't believe me. That's why I didn't brush my teeth for like 15 years. I didn't care. So I'm talking this now because I went through an experience. So I'm speaking to you like this. So I wasn't always like this. I wasn't like always like so before. There was a time probably like 5 years ago, some of you guys could have probably told me better things about health. Some of you guys probably were taking care of your health better than me years ago. You see what I'm saying? But now we're in a situation where I'm able to take more because of my mind. I went through certain experiences, and then knowing based upon my spirit, anything I jump into, I'm able to really absorb all that information and express it more. That's so now, like, it looks like I've been teaching about health for all these years. I'm not saying I know. Actually, I do know everything. I'm not gonna say I never do. I do know everything. Even if I don't know something, to know something is to know how to not know. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, guys, like, shit, you guys see what I'm saying? I don't want to keep rambling on and on, but the mind is what really changes everything. Is really what you gotta change the mind, and everything else follows. If I didn't have the mind I had, and somebody just said start fasting, start doing that, I'm not saying I couldn't do it. It would have been harder, but even if I was doing it, would have been sustainable. Would it have been like you see what I'm saying? Would it have been? It probably would have just given up. I remember you laughing at me for becoming vegan for a while years ago. I probably did. I probably did because shit. I used to make fun of that shit and be like, "Oh, it's not." But like I said, you got to go through experiences. That's why I don't even really this is why a lot of people in life you can't really tell them to wake the fuck up. You can't say, wake up, wake. You can't tell them that because they have to go through certain experiences. It's like once you realize how hard is it for you to change yourself, you're going to know how hard is it to convince somebody else to change. A lot of the information I tell you guys, some of you guys don't even feel like waking up and doing Qigong. Some of you guys, you're like, I don't want to fast today. I don't want to do Qigong. So that same feeling you have, who the fuck you think you are to go to somebody and be like, you should do this. You should do this. This bot, you should wake up. As hard as it for you to do the things that you try to do every day, it's probably 10 times harder for that bot because he's more dumb. So this is where when you realize that, you stop putting expectation on people to understand what you're fucking saying. Like, I don't care if you believe me or not. You don't have to believe me. You can just do your thing, and we're all gonna learn. This is why Pluto exists. Because if you don't learn, by the time the inner planets don't teach your ass, Saturn, Mars, Venus, all these, they don't teach you. And you know how it gets out is more depth. Like, all the planets teach you. Sun will teach you. Then the moon may teach you. Some moons are more short alignment. They'll teach you some. You probably have a couple days your ass get. That don't teach you, nigga. Then you go to Mars, Venus, something you love is gonna fuck you up, but it's not. And Mars probably you get your ass whooped a little bit. Then once Saturn come, nigga, it's gonna be like, damn, nigga, for the last year and a half, I've been down. What the fuck? Then as it gets to Pluto just pretty much puts you in hell. That's why it's an underworld. It puts you in hell. And then that at that point, you're in hell. So you get, by the time Pluto changes you had chances. You had Saturn, Aries, you had all these other placements, Moon, Mercury, all of them. You had information, Mercury, all this shit it taught you on the way, all the way up to you got to Pluto, where it's just like, nigga, fuck you. You're gonna have to take it to that level. And then by that level, hope if it doesn't take you out. And even then, sometimes that Pluto doesn't even wake people up. For real. Pluto doesn't even wake you up at sometimes. And then at that point, like, because they'll do it, and then the person won't wake up after the event. So then that's what sometimes the Pluto will have to like kill the person, and then I have to continue their whatever they left off. They have to continue in the next life or some shit. Because at that point, because you'll only die when there's no experience to be learned here no more. Like, there's no reason for you to be here. Just like you're at Best Buy going to go shop for something and you bought what you needed, there's no reason, so you leave. Or you're at the airport and your flight landed, you got your luggage, you leave. You're not going to stay there and just look. There's no point. So it's like the same thing. Once your spirit has nothing to do, you exit the body. Even if you're breatharian and you have a good organs and health, you won't die from probably a disease or something. Or maybe, who knows, you probably will. Like, maybe a snake might bite you, and it depends on how the spirit sets it up. I don't know. But like I said, it's just, we move on. We die and then we move on. Or whenever this experience is done for us. Klaus said, if you were Gnostic at any point, I don't know. I was not no Gnostic. I probably like in high. I want to say I always was spiritual. Like, I wasn't as deep spiritually. There was times like I was not where I'm at now. I'm not gonna sit there and say I was always as. But like, the thing is, like, I always pick, like, anything I got lost in, I got out of it very quicker than anybody else that I've seen. Like, the thing is with me, like, a lot of people get in something, like, they'll get in something and then they'll get lost in it for a long time or indefinitely. Like me, I got into a lot of shit, but I got out of it really quick. Like, I was even into like Pan-African more shit at one point, but I got out of it real quick once I seen it. I was like, okay, this shit don't make sense. And even then, when I was in it, like, I can't say I took it. Well, yeah, I didn't take it serious to that level, but I believe that shit was true on a certain level. But once I'm able to see something's not right, I can move on. I'm not gonna, oh, if I'm wrong, I don't want to be right. I don't have that energy. That's one thing I don't have. Yeah, I might have to probably end this live in a minute. Yeah. You never made your vices your identity. Yeah. But I don't know what you mean by that. Like, yeah, I never really, well, I don't really know anybody makes their vice identity, really. Well, yeah, I never really done like any vices on this channel. Like, other than I used to smoke on this channel. But I never looked at like the things I was lost in as my identity. You got to be an idiot to do that. But some people, they put money as their identity and shit. So, but it is what it is. Hold on, give me a minute, guys. Yeah, the days are going by so quick though. Like we're at a crucial time right now. Like next year, and I know I say don't talk about next year, but you guys gotta look at the time's acceleration. Like this thing ain't gonna slow down. Like this is the fastest. We're already at the end of the year. Like it's crazy. Like before, I remember like when the month started, I would be like, okay, in about 2 weeks it's gonna be October 14th, and by the time we get to October 14th, it felt like it was 2 weeks. Now I be thinking like, I lent somebody some money last week, right? And they owe me like over 100, and they said I'm gonna pay me back on the 21st. And I lent them on the 14th, and when I was on the 14th, I lent to them, and then they're like, "Okay, I'll pay you back on the 21st." And it's about to be the 21st in 2 days. I'm like, "Damn, I didn't even fucking like." It didn't even feel like we got. I'm thinking like I didn't even want to lend them the money, and it was a family member. I didn't want to lend them the money, but I was like, whatever, like because I had the money to lend them, and it'd be fucked up for me just not to lend some the money. I don't know, like I need the damn money, like that. Like I like to lend, like and they say they're gonna pay me back, so and they will. So I just lend them the money and shit, and I was like, damn. But it's already been a week. They're gonna pay me in 2 days. And then the other time, like I remember I lent somebody money and they sent me money. I'm like, why'd you send me some money? They're like, oh yeah, I owe you. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Because the shit came so quick. But it's like this shit is going extremely fast. Like it's to a point right now where if you fucking off, like if you play video games all day, if you smoke, if you drink, if you do anything that's not in alignment, like before the spirit will say, don't do this, don't do that. And you're like, I want to do it, and you do it anyways. And then you nowadays it'll say, don't do it. And even when you do it, you don't even enjoy it. By the time you know it's like the day's over. You can't like all those days when you just play video games at 3 a.m, and then you go to school the next morning. You can't do that shit now. If you stay up to 3 a.m, you probably only have like 20 minutes to go to sleep before you eat. So it's like the way the shit has changed. This is why a lot more people are depressed. They're not gonna say, oh, it's because of time speeding. It was the average person, they're so dumb. They don't know themselves or can read between the lines. So they're just gonna attribute it to just them being depressed. But what they're not gonna know is because of the shift we're in. Which is good because it kind of puts a damper on the system in a way, because the system is built off time and money. Even like all the way down to the Masons, when they all the way down to they want to enjoy the fruits of their labor. They don't even have time to really enjoy it. You see how quick this year went by? They don't even have really time to enjoy shit and stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like they have all this money and all this shit. And then let's say, oh, I want to go take a trip to China and go do this and do that, and then come back to New York. Like by the time you do all that, you won't even have time to do shit. Like you don't even have time to do nothing. So even when you out experiencing and spending your fruits of your labor, for people who just want to be all about material, they don't even have time to enjoy it. So they're like in a rush to want to. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. And it's affecting productivity. So now there's not as much productivity. No productivity. So everyone's fucking like working more hours. This is why the companies don't want to pay people more money. People say, why don't you pay us more money? It's because really they could pay it more money and still have money. But if you look at it, the products of every fucking thing is the quality of everything's gone down. And I can only attribute that to mainly, yeah, some of it has to do with them just doing it on purpose, but I think a lot of it has to do with the time and the shift we're in, and we're getting away from that materialism. You're not supposed to be too dependent on it. That's why nobody wants to go out. They said people don't want to go out to the club anymore. It's not that nobody wants to go out to the club, but they don't want to go out to the club. People don't want to go out to the club because of the shift we're in, based on how it feels. It doesn't feel right to go anymore. If it felt right, people will go. Most people can't fucking think for themselves. You see what I'm saying? It's the shit. Just like I said about the lean example. Oh, people are waking up. People aren't doing drugs anymore. People aren't drinking alcohol. Alcohol sales are declining. They're not declining because people are waking up. They're declining small percentage of that, but also declining because people are having tower moments, such as their liver failure, where they literally can't drink. This is the shift. Everybody's reaping what they sow. So anybody who's doing what they're not supposed to be doing, it's got to hit you harder and more evident. You can't escape it. And the time accelerating is one of the main factors that's that is evident for you to actually see the shift. Time speeding. That's like the most evident fact that you can see if you really think about it. Everything else is more like a mental, physical, how we feel and shit. But in terms of like the time speeding up, that's really the catalyst that's really pushing it. If time was still the same speed, a lot of the programs and a lot of way people think will not be the same as much. I don't think. At a certain level it will, but a lot of programs people don't participate in and don't do and do and have certain perceptions all have to do with, most of it has to do with time acceleration on a certain level. Cause that's just making the whole game of the game and the whole blueprint of how shit is. So we gotta like do our thing. And don't even think that you don't have enough time. If you feel like you don't have enough time, then you're doing something wrong. You should have all the time in the world to do what you have to do. If you don't, then you're wasting your time. Like a lot of people work a 9 to 5. Oh, how do I have a 9 to 5 and I do this? Maybe you don't need to be working a 9 to 5. And if you are working, you should be saving all of your money. If you're working and paying a useless bill that's not going to get you ahead, like I pay this insurance because I don't want them to fucking do anything to this vehicle. I'm not gonna. I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna pay the insurance and get this shit registered because I have the money and I'm not gonna whatever. And it's helping me do what I got to do to get me to where I got to get to. See what I'm saying? So we're in a different time right now. We got to like pick what we need to do. Get rid of bills that you don't need. If it's your phone, you need your phone. Okay, keep your phone. Your insurance, your car. Even if you shouldn't even have a car note. If you have a car note, get rid of that shit and get her a cheaper car. Because who really gives it? By the time you pay that car note, nigga, like the car's gonna be already need repairs. I know so many people, they fucking pay car note for like 10 years. Right when they paid that shit off, they have to go pay a $3,000 expense. But their car payment was like $200 a month or $300. So, bitch, you pretty much pay like a year's worth of rent or a year's worth of car note payment within that fucking. So you stop paying your car in 2023. But you have to have an expense for like $4,000, or you had multiple expenses that added to $4,000. So you really didn't stop paying for the car to like 2025, or like, so it's like it's a scam. Why don't you get a car payment? That's dumb. The only reason to get a car payment is if you are rich as fucking, you have money and you want to look good on paperwork to get it at a lower price or you get your credit up. You don't ever buy a car note. That's some dumb, stupid, like middle class shit. That's what most of them niggas who get their car note, they get that shit repoed. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this live stream though. It was a good live, and yeah, I'll be back probably tomorrow. I might do a Qigong session tomorrow. I think it rains tomorrow. I think it rains on Saturday. But whenever I think whatever that it's gonna be good. The sun's gonna be, I think, on Sunday. So whenever the sun's out, I'm gonna do a Qigong session. I might do a still one tomorrow. I think it should be good tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna hit you guys up a little later, and peace.